Hello, fellow arbiters, and welcome to another video of mine. I'm glad you made it here. So today I want to be talking about build, specifically my build for Module 32. Yes, I know we're kind of already at the end of it, but I figured since I just came back, or let's say came back not too long ago, it took me quite some time to catch up with the previous modules to be showing you my build. To be fair, the weapons are still not completely done yet, but I figured it's alright to show you like this because I didn't really find many other build videos out there. I will attach in the video description a build of a friend of mine called Asarin, who also posted a build on this module, but she's playing like a different class and therefore has also a bit different gear chosen than I have. So I figured I'll just give you guys some variety in case you happen to stumble across the same problem like I did back then. So let's take a look. My MSH build. Why does it look the way it looks? So what I was trying to do with this build is to try to get as much stats as possible on my own, because in MSH you never know which party you're gonna end up, what support component is gonna be on your side, or like you will not have as many stats from other sources like you have, for example, in SOD. So yeah, let's dive right into it. I'm wearing the helmet from the new trial. What this gives me is basically accuracy and recharge speed. Then ribcage number, I stopped counting 3.0, 4.0, 2.0, yeah, probably 4.0. With the crit strike and crit sword. This is from Leo of the Bat Dragon. Then I'm still running around with my Starforged bits for the maximum divinity increase. There's a newer version from the Imperial Citadel, but the only thing it does is give a bit more item level. I think it gives some 40 as well, but it's like very minimal. It's very, very minimal. So I haven't gone for them yet. I'll just rock these until the end of time. Let's see. Then I'm wearing the new weapons. Not upgraded fully yet because I still need to do a lot more trials to upgrade them. I haven't got that far yet. What I'm eyeing on is what you can see at the very bottom. It says 740, 3.7 crit strike. And the upgraded ones give either 7 or 7.5 crit strike. So I'm kind of opting for those few stats down there as well, but right now they are not really needed. Then I'm wearing the boots that were a nightmare to grind. They're from Shackles of Divinity, and they're basically the thing to have, guys. They give 5% power, crit strike, critical severity. It stacks up, yes, so but still the amount of stats one item gives is just insane. Then I'm going like everyone currently with the Masterwork set. And what else? My ring for combat advantage that stacks up, as well as my ring for crit strike that stacks up. I have to admit, I'm not that much of a fan of things that need to stack up, but in the combination, those two just worked really well with the ratings they're giving. I also tried the other ones, like for example, the mythic one, the new one, but it's just not it's not adding up with what they give. So yeah, those two is what we're going with. Then I have the shirt for damage, also from the what I'm saying, it's not also. It's from the here, shackles. Goodness. And it said it also gives 2% combat advantage. And as pants, I'm wearing the same thing, even though I'm not really a fan of those. Why? Because they decrease critical avoidance. And as you can see here, my critical avoidance is already 26%. So you would be thinking, okay, it's not that bad, it doesn't decrease that much. But Cleric is a class, even though it doesn't say anywhere, that also reduces your critical avoidance when you lose divinity. So basically when you're using encounter powers. So in the middle of combat, it can happen that my critical avoidance goes down to like a solid 10%. Which is, yeah, I'm a living one shot. Sometimes it's bad, but it was worth it for the amount of combat advantage, let's face it. But it's dangerous. There's other ones I used to run before that also give combat advantage a bit less and reduce your defense. I think they're from the new trial. Let's look into this. Yes, those. Which are also an option, but it's sadly a bit less combat advantage. So I've been greedy. Then what else? This is my enchantment page. I'm wearing, at least for MSH, the combat advantage power and the crit strike accuracy. This is my personal decision because, as I said, I like to have my stats capped, even if we're only 5 people. So it's basically a dungeon build, if you want to put it like that. If you want to play more risky and put on damage overloads, feel free to. It's just, as I said, it's dangerous. Then I'm wearing the action point bonus. To be fair, movement speed or recharge I didn't find that useful, but movement speed also comes in handy in the base. And I'm wearing the new overload for the critical severity and the combat advantage. As artifacts, I pretty much just chose whatever had a high item level to get my overall damage up. I'm intending to change this one because the ratings on it are kind of garbage. For the Night Flame Sensor, for example, but with the current pricing, it's just not worth it to invest into it. We'll see if a new one comes out besides this one, of course, and then see what we go with. Last time I got scolded by you guys because I didn't show my ability scores. So here they are. I don't think I have changed them in, I don't know, the past 10 mods probably. So I'm not even sure. This is what I'm going with, at least. Here you go. And what else? So we had this. Let's go. Brief look here. I hope I don't need to explain that much to it. I explained to you guys the other day how to use Divinity Smart. So I will link that video as well in the video description in case you're interested in that. But therefore I will not really be explaining anything here. And yes, boons. I'm running accuracy, defense, and movement speed or treasure hunter. So I would consider crit avoidance if we had it, because of the reason I explained earlier. But yeah, you gotta use what you have. On boons, this is what I'm going with. I've been told I should go with this. I tested it out, and the proccing rate on it is a freaking nightmare. With the continuous heal there, it's not proccing, and when it procs, I think it has a magnitude of 25. So it just wasn't worth it. Instead, I kind of went up here with a bit more defense as well. I kind of took almost everything over here. As you can see, I have 3 more boons to go, and I think if I pick them up as well, I will start going into those here for HP. But I also tested out, like I put all the HP boons and my overall HP didn't really increase to any number that would be worth using them, let's put it like that. So I went with all other stats first. Really? Where's the critical avoidance here, guys? It's like, I considered it. I really considered it. But 0.2 per rank. It just wasn't worth it. Maybe I was too greedy. Maybe I should go into this next time. But I didn't see that there. Okay, let's move on. Companions. Right now I have the Spine Devil summoned. I can summon whatever we need. But right now this one, because it doesn't really affect what I'm showing here. Then companion gear, I picked up a rather cheapish one for combat advantage crit severity. To be honest, as long as it had combat advantage, I was happy, and the crit severity I then made it fit in. On my companions, of course, damage ones, cat for combat advantage, and then the Raptor. And what I like really much is this one. To me, it's new because I didn't play that much back then. It comes from the Flapjack, and what it basically does, it gives you 6% combat advantage whenever your companion is not bad. Which sounds a bit ridiculous, but guys, I tested it. The uptime is great. Absolutely great. I don't know if you, well, if you play Arbiter, you probably have noticed it, but if you go, for example, this one, accurate senses, and you need to hit something to get those 9%. It takes really long to proc, or it procs after you used all your encounter powers, and then you have the 9% combat advantage when you use your at-wills to get new divinity. It's just not my thing. I always hated having an important stat there. Like, if possible, I would never put combat advantage or power there. I always put like crit there. But yes, this, to be precise, is my new friend because it's really great. And even if your companion dies, it revives so fast. The uptime is just great. Okay, on the mount page, I have combat advantage. And the new Toad Tunnel Vision 3.0 whatever, it is basically a tunnel vision with some extra magnitude to it. And on my insignias, I'm running Artificers, Cavaliers, and Executioners and Menders. Exactly. Enchantress Hex is something you can change to the other one. I forgot its name, that also reduces cooldowns. I think it's the one whenever you use it daily. It should be... do I check it now? The Tactician. Yeah, there we go. This is also an option, but I figured the only cooldown we have is the Prophecy of Doom, and I'm rather fine with not having to reduce it that much. Instead, the Enchantress Hex. Why am I running this? It's because I switched. This is my power set 2, you see right now, my main single target one. But then for the mace and the bridge, I switched to power set 1, which has Chains of Blazing Light equipped, and Doomslayer together with that. So the chains proc my Doomslayer, which already increases my damage, but they also count as here a control bonus. Therefore, I figure it's just some nice side damage. It doesn't really do much if you look at the ACT, but it's something. And yes, we take whatever we have, since there's AoE and our AoE is kind of stuffed anyway. So that's what switches then. I think that's all. Well, to be fair, let's go back here. These are my stats, to put it simple again. I am currently buffed with this fun here. This is power. So basically what happens is that from my own accord, I managed to get to 118 power, 75 accuracy, 112 combat advantage, 90 critical strike, and 123 critical severity. As you can tell, I'm not missing much on my stats to be capping them. I'm pretty much just building on having a tutor around, and my spider totem doing its job here. To cap my stats, because the 118 with like 1 aura, that is gonna cap. If not, it's just with the boon that also gives healing. It is in combat also usually capped. Like, I have not seen it not capping. Yeah, that's it pretty much. I hope that helps you guys. And yes, I'll see you guys around in the next video.